Top of the morning to you everyone, this is Time Fast yet again, and with school almost about to be open, there's not much freedom I can make to make videos. Again, I am not that free. Anyway, that's not the title that we're talking about. Shit. As the title would suggest, today we're gonna be unboxing this kit. Now, I have been wanting this kit since Build Divers released. Well, not exactly though. When Build Divers released, I was kind of iffy as to what is this Gundam, because I never watched Build Divers and I didn't actually watch Build Divers Re-Rise the first season. Then again, I might be inclined to be watching it in the near future, but not today. So anyway, as you might suggest, that this is Earhthree Gundam from the first season of Gundam Build Divers Re-Rise. And before some of you may ask, is this the first time you ever held a core Gundam? Well, no. Apparently, to your disbelief, I have built the core Gundam real type colors and the Mars 4 unit, aka the Mars 4 Gundam. Now, as you can see here, I had this before I got this, and to prove it, this is the core Gundam real type colors. And yes, he is from outside the box. The Mars 4 unit is inside here. And yes, this will be the second time I will be building Mars 4, aka Earhthree, aka Core Gundam type mobile suit. But enough about this guy and enough about this guy. Let's take a look at this box right here. Bringing a closer shot, you can see there is the Core Gundam and the Earth armor. And then we have, as usual, we get the weapons, the beam rifle, the extended thing. Oh shit. We get the core spray gun, the extended to make it the beam rifle, 2 parts for the shield, 2 beam sabers. You get 2 beam effect parts, 2 long and 2 short. We get the Earhthree Gundam on an action base. Action base is not included. And then you get some action poses with the Earhthree and the core Gundam. And unique to the Earhthree, well, of course it is unique, is that you can mix and match this with the Mars 4 and the V2 Gundam. Now, like I said, I do have the Mars 4 unit. So, as one might expect, maybe we're going to try this combination right here. Let me know in the comments, but I do not have the V2 weapons, so that will not be complete. Going to this side is the same box art on the top. Over here, we do have the front and back image of the Earhthree Gundam looking all blue, and of course, it does look cool. And here we have a bit of story, although it might not be easy for you to read. Now, I'll just leave that for you to read. You can pause the video if you want to. Okay, that's enough. Over here, we have some jizz about the story here. It says 2 years have passed since the Build Divers saved an L diver. Now, in my opinion, though, I haven't really watched the first season of Re-Rise, and they updated the GBN system, I assume. Please let me know in the comments what do you think about Build Divers Re-Rise as a whole. And of course, the whole about the build series. Moving on, here is some error in Japanese, which you can build this with tools, although tools are not really included. Most of us will actually use these kinds of things, but let's not get into that. And over here, if I remember correctly, this thing costs like 2,000 yen. Wait, let me just go check. Okay, I totally forgot that in the line that Bandai released, they don't show you the price of the model kit in yen anymore. But if you are a Malaysian like me, this thing costs 65 ringgit 80 cents. So try to convert that into your own national money. Oh, what am I saying? So that's enough. Let's crack this box open and we are greeted to one of these things. So what I got in this thing, which was on top of here, depending on where you buy this, like if you're in Malaysia or whatever country in Asia you are, they have this thing, some kind of like a brochure or maybe some translation to this from Japanese to Chinese, and they give you the image of what these symbols mean in Chinese. Now, I don't mean to be racist, but I kinda understand where the Titing Hongli got their ideas from. Look, I'm not saying I buy from them, but I kinda do have an experience with them. In this box, we get 1, 2, 3 bags of runners, and of course, the manual. The manual does show the art that is on the box just now. And we get the Earhthree and the Core Gundam, and of course, our main protagonist, Hiroto, also known as Hiroto Kuga. Now, please correct me if I say that the wrong way. You get more stats and story behind this, and of course, you do get the stats of the Earhthree itself. To the back is where most of the information will be contained. Usually with these build fighters, build diverse kits, they tell you what Gundam this is based on. Now, apparently, with the Build Average Re-Rise, I know it's a bit late, but the Core Gundam and the Earhthree are basically new concepts that were not taken from any other Gundam. Just like if you remember from Build Fighters, the Build Strike was based on the Strike, the Tri-Burning Gundam was based on the God Gundam, and of course, the 00 Diver was based on Gundam 00. So, to see that the main protagonist did not take any inspiration from other Gundams is a bit of a new thing. I'm not gonna go through the entire manual. What I can say is that it shows you the building process of everything you need, from the Earhthree to the Core Gundam. And for those of you, if you ever built a Core Gundam before, you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. With all of these bags right here, it's time to bring out the mighty scissors. The first runner we get here is Runner A, as one would expect. Now with Runner A here, you do get a lot of colors, but mostly the color blue. You get some white here, which obviously goes for the neck, the front skirts, and of course the chest. And all of this blue right here will be mainly on the Earhthree unit. Now these red parts, all of them are going to go to the Core Gundam, and also this clear part right here will also go to the Core Gundam. The reason why I know that is because I've built one before. Now, on to the next runner. Next off, we have Runner B1. Now, Runner B1 here, it's a mixed for many parts. Of course, you do get the parts for the Earhthree unit and the Core Gundam. Now, here's a funny thing that most of you may not know, but if you do know, congrats. Now, for those of you who don't know, because I have built the Core Gundam Real Type, I can tell you for a fact that with the V2 and the Mars 4 and any other units after that, this entire runner right here is going to be cut in half. And what I mean by that is that this part right here, as you can see, this will be cut off, leaving you with this section for the rest of the Core Gundam. So take note that of all of these runners, these parts right here on top will be removed for the variants of the other Core Gundams. The next runner we have is Runner C. Runner C is mostly the gray parts for most of the Core Gundam, and of course the I can assume for the weapons as well. Now I can't remember, but I can pretty much say 99% or maybe 80% of the time, most of these are already included with the multiple variants of the Core Gundam. Lastly, we have Runner D. Runner D here, if I am totally being honest, this is to make up for the planet system, aka the flying jet that houses all of the armors. Now, what was not on the one that came with the Mars 4 was this section right here. Basically, this section of the beam rifle, this part right here, and this part right here are all unique to the Earhthree Gundam. What's shared throughout the Core Gundams are these parts right here. Basically, this whole section that is an L shape, like here, this L shape is shared with the multiple variants of the Core Gundam that exists. To wrap things up, we do get the standard beam saber. Now, I say standard, but they're not actually standard. You get 2 long and 2 short beam effects, which have a flat style kind of beam and a flat style kind of connection, which is mostly shared with the early Gundam 00 and Gundam Age model kits. And of course, we do get the polycaps. These are standard polycaps. They're mostly shared out throughout the entire Gunpla of the high grade line. So yeah, we're not gonna talk about this too much, but I will say the amount of stickers that you do get with this kit are pretty much minimal, because when you think of build fighters, you basically think about, oh, too many stickers, I'm not gonna do that. Well, yes, I have experienced the same thing. However, with the Earhthree Gundam and basically all of the Mars 4, V2, and all of its variants, the sticker sheet that you get are only these much. So you get the eyes, the front cameras, back cameras, and of course the lenses for the beam rifle, and of course the visor for the planetary system, if I'm not mistaken. So that pretty much ends up the unboxing of the Earhthree Gundam. Now, to answer one thing that most of you may have had questioned in the beginning, why is this thing called the Earhthree Gundam officially, while the one that I technically said, because this one says the Core Gundam, Real Type Color, and Mars 4 unit. That's because saying this thing is the Mars 4 is basically the same as saying this one is the Earhthree. To make it more different, they're just saying that, yeah, it's the Core Gundam but with different armors. That's what they did with the Mars 4. Now, of course, when I'm done building this thing, I will review it when I have the chance. Also, if you want me to review the Mars 4 Gundam, please let me know in the comment section below. And, of course, this guy will be in the video with the Earhthree. Anywho, this was Time Foss with the unboxing video of the Earhthree, and I don't know how to end this video, so I'm just gonna say thanks for watching, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Whoosh.